Okay, I'm back, and I decided that I would make another video today and take a ride over to Cape May Point. I think I indicated in my last video I would do that. This is more just to document how changes have occurred in Cape May Point, which are not that significant, I don't think. I don't know that there's going to be very profound visible impacts of COVID-19 that I was trying to show in these updated videos. There are some which I'll point out, but as I said, I'm not sure that it's as visible because there's not as much commercial establishment in Cape May Point as there is in Cape May City, Cape May proper. So I'm turning on the Sunset. This is the same route that I took in the video that I made about 6 years ago when I went down to Cape May Point. And I'm largely going to replicate that video, and it will just give myself and anybody that cares to look at this video a current view of Cape May Point. It occurred to me that some of the comments that I've made in my previous two videos on post-COVID-19 changes that have occurred are not all completely accurate. I know on my ride through Cape May, when I passed by what I described was another restaurant owned by Peter Shields Inn. I forget the name of that place right now. It was on the back of the Washington Street Mall. That is really a clothing store. I think it's under the same ownership as the owners of Peter Shields Inn, but it is not a restaurant. It's a minor technicality, but thought I would just point that out. We had a terrible storm here 2 days ago, or 3 days ago, and the eye of Isaias moved a little bit more inland, and we were on the east side of the eye, so we did not get as much rainfall as places more inland up the I-95 corridor, but we got terrible winds. And I was not down at my home here in North Cape May for Hurricane Sandy, but the winds for this past storm, Isaias, were as strong as anything I've experienced down here. There was a lot of fallen trees and debris all over the place, and we pretty much just hunkered down that day. And yes, the day after was devoted to a lot of cleanup work. So I'm coming down, as I said on my video 6 years ago when I was recording this same route, coming down to Sunset Beach, which is at the end of Sunset Drive. It's the location where the SS Atlantis, the sunken concrete ship, is. I'm just going to make a quick U-turn down there just to show what it looks like today. I don't think it really should look any different than it did 6 years ago. Obviously, a sunken concrete ship hasn't moved in 6 years. The weather today is sort of partly cloudy or partly sunny, I guess, depending upon how you look at it. It's not been the best week for weather. My daughter and son-in-law and grandkids are down this week. We took a ride over on the Delaware Ferry to the Cape May Lewis Ferry across the Delaware Bay the day 2 days after the storm passed, and went shopping down at the outlets in Rehoboth. You can see the golf course is open. This is the gift store. This is the place where the flag ceremony occurs every evening for fallen soldiers. It's a pretty moving thing to witness. You can Google it and see it on YouTube. I'll pull over just to give a quick view of the sunken ship, so you can see the sunken ship out there. Really no visible change from the last time I was here. This is the grill. They have outdoor seating, so it's a nice place to come for lunch. Sunset Beach Gifts here. Coming down on the right, you can see the World War II lookout tower. I talked about that before. The flag ceremony that I just mentioned, I think it's referred to a coffin flag ceremony. It's relatives of veterans that died, I think in combat, but I don't know if it has to be in combat, can have their coffin flag raised for the day. So I'm turning into Cape May Point here. I think I mentioned that one of the changes that have occurred here is in Lake Lilly. That was renovated. Lake Lilly is a freshwater pond, large pond. I think it's about 13 acres, and it's off to my left. You'll get a better view of it as I continue on this ride. I think I've mentioned several times how much I really like this community. There you can see Lake Lilly. Off to my left you can see the Lighthouse. I'll wind my way over there. I'm going to pass by St. Mary's by the Sea Retreat House, which was a large sort of retirement home. It's owned by the nuns, St. Joseph nuns, Roman Catholic nuns outside of Philadelphia, and it used to be a retirement home for nuns years ago. It's over 100 years old, and since my last video, they have decided to basically not, I don't know if they're selling, but the facility is going to be torn down in 2021 with the declining numbers of people going into the religious life. I guess the number of nuns has consistently gone down. It has become a retreat house, an active retreat house open to all denominations. But that is another impact of COVID, because all retreats for 2020 have been canceled. So I don't know that there's really anything going on there this year, and it's a shame because it's the last year and they were going to they were going to close it, and I think they still are, in 2021. There's the Cape May Point State Park with the Lighthouse. I'll come back and take a quick run through there as I did before. And here is St. Mary's by the Sea Retreat House on my left. As you can see, there's no cars here. There's another historic church here, an Episcopalian church. I think it's called St. Peter's by the Sea. And I think it's coming up along here. I'm not overly familiar with navigating around, even though it's a very small community. I don't come here often. And this church is also over 100 years old, and it's my understanding that it's basically shut down this summer because of COVID. Hopefully I come across it. There it is. It's right off to my right. And that is St. Peter's by the Sea, and it is referred to as the Gingerbread Church. Here's Lake Lilly, a better view of it. You can see they put in a little sort of a promenade or a boardwalk since I last videoed here. I don't know if this video will do justice to how pretty this community really is, because it is an overcast day. go back to the lighthouse. I think at one point earlier in the season, the lighthouse might have been shut down also due to COVID, but I think that is now open to guests to go up. Yeah, you can see people there. And again, to repeat what I said on my video about 6 years ago, there's a bunker right to my right. If I turn right and went straight back, would be the Atlantic Ocean straight over the dunes. And if I went on the beach and walked to my left, I would come to a World War II bunker. Many years ago, you could fish off of that bunker, but now there's still an awful lot of land between the edge of the ocean and the bunker. Obviously, the bunker hasn't moved, but I guess they've either probably replenished the beach and created some beachfront in front of the bunker. Sort of just wandering around, no particular designed route here, and obviously, as you can tell from this video, if you're following this and listening, I really have no planned comments or anything to share. I thought I just wanted to ride around Cape May Point. go down here. So this is a good view of Lake Lilly. I think there's various celebrations that Cape May Point has here, but it's very, very peaceful, very serene. Good place to come and catch your thoughts. As I said, this would have been my choice for a community to purchase a home in. When I purchased a home down here 11 or 12 years ago, but this was just out of my reach financially. This is a Roman Catholic church. This is the, I think it's called the general store, but a lot of people refer to it as the red store. My wife and I have come here for breakfast and lunch. I don't know if they serve dinner or not. That road, Alexander, is down the end of that was my father-in-law's favorite fishing place. I guess he had some luck there, and it became his go-to place. There's a home up here on the right that my wife loves, but it looks a little out of place for this community. It looks more like English Tudor right here. It's a beautiful home. Absolutely beautiful home. I'm going to take a quick ride. This is, we are not in Cape May Point any longer, but I don't remember if I ever showed this or not, but I'm going to take a ride past one of the other wineries. This is Willow Creek Winery that I'll be driving past very shortly. I'm in West Cape May right now. And I think I'll turn into Willow Creek Winery just to show where it is, because from this road you see this large building and you would think that that is the winery, but in actuality it is not the winery. That is a private home off to the right that you see. You can see that's a private home there. I mentioned before there are a number of what I think are very good wineries down here. Cape May Winery is probably the one that my wife and I frequent the most, but there is Willow Creek Winery, which is where we are right now. There is a winery called Hawk Haven, which I've driven to that on a previous video, and there's a winery called Turdo. And that's a strange name, but it's a pretty good winery. So you would never know this is here if you didn't, you know, if you weren't looking for it. It's, you just pull in off the side of the road and wind all your way back through these winding roads and these vineyards, and the winery is off to the left. And I know at Cape May Winery, there's no, like every place else, and I mentioned this before, there's no indoor dining or wine tasting, and that's the same here at Willow Creek. But like Cape May Winery, they have set up tents, and it's a nice outdoor place to come and have some wine. So I think that's enough for this video. I think I'll stop this. And I hope anybody that looked at this enjoyed this, and I think I'm going to continue making these updated videos just for my own benefit, and if anybody else happens to stumble across my channel and look at it, so much the better. But I enjoy capturing the scenery down here, so this completes the video for Cape May Point. Later this weekend, I hope to take a ride up through the villas and through Town Bank and Cape May Beach at a minimum. So take care. Thanks for watching.